Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So, 2 days ago, I made a video on a piece of news that Bashar al-Assad, the former president of Syria, was poisoned allegedly in Moscow, Russia, where he now resides with a political asylum. I have here an Snopes article where they analyze if that is true or not, and they say there's no evidence that Bashar al-Assad was poisoned. The reason why I picked this Snopes little site is because I would like to share with you Snopes' evidence and logic, a line of logic of reasoning, how they reached the conclusion that actually no, it's no evidence. Okay. Very curiously, when the news was published, I think there were some British news outlets that promoted that. There was no mainstream Russian media like Sputnik or Russia Today reporting on that. In the video that I made 2 days ago regarding the alleged poisoning of Bashar al-Assad, I mentioned that I couldn't find it on mainstream Russian media, as I said, Sputnik or Russia Today, which are big media outlets in Russia. Therefore, I was skeptical, but nevertheless, if it came from, I think, the Sun magazine, and it started on Telegram, I said, well, it's worth mentioning it. Why? Because I'm very curious who could have done that. All right, so let's start with this Snopes, and I'm going to show you the reason they use in order to say, well, there's no evidence Bashar al-Assad was poisoned. Here it is, and this is published on January 3rd, 2025. No evidence Bashar al-Assad was poisoned in assassination bid. The Telegram account General SVR is popular with British tabloids, but has a less than perfect track record for truth. All right. These guys are nice saying less than perfect. Who has a perfect track? First question. I don't think anybody has a perfect track unless you're Jesus Christ. All right? So in that case, anything that these guys say in the mainstream American media should not be believed, because that's exactly the point of Snopes. And that is, these guys are not credible. They lied before, therefore, no, we shouldn't believe them. Now, do you think that, let's say, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, Triple Kipiki, Reuters, Associated Press, ABC, do you think these guys never got it wrong or never lied, either by omission or by exaggeration or direct lie? Therefore, none of them should be, and I'm saying should be, trusted, according to this logic here. And I understand that. I understand you provide evidence, and here is the evidence, right? On January 1st, so it was, 4 days ago, several media outlets, including Newsweek and The Sun, reported on a supposed poison attack on the exiled former president of Syria, Bashar al-Assad, who resides in Russia as of this writing. And this is from these guys here. Killed, bid, exiled tyrant Bashar al-Assad poisoned in assassination bid, which left him struggling to breathe. The news comes amid rumors that Assad's wife Asma is seeking a divorce. All right. According to The Sun, this information came from a Telegram account supposedly run by a former top spy in Russia. Supposedly. Therefore, what you say, Snopes or Snopes, again, these guys make statements by supposedly, might, may, could. And it says, online account General SVR, supposedly run. So then why do you even put it here as supposedly? Anybody can say anything about anybody then. Says Assad was taken ill on Sunday. So first, they are destroying the character of the online account General SVR. This is the whole piece here. It claims that Assad asked for medical help, then almost immediately began to cough violently and choke. End quote. The source says. Remember when all these guys use the source, the unnamed source? CNN, they all use this, or anonymous source, or the source familiar with the issue or with the matter, or people on the condition of anonymity, or people who are in the, let's say, State Department or in Pentagon, did not want to reveal their identities, and we protect them. Remember, they all use this. The same did these guys. The source, there is every reason, I'm quoting, every reason to believe an assassination attempt was made. Okay, claims originating from General SVR have been credulously promoted by The Sun and other tabloids numerous times since 2022, despite the account's self-evidently dubious track record. Like CNN, Snopes has reported on several questionable claims leveled by General SVR. So, questionable claims. They didn't say lies. And they give us an example here about Putin. The only evidence there is again. They went in the case of Assad, General SVR, whose posts are translated for an audience on X as well, posted on December 31st that Assad complained to security guards about indisposition and breathing problems. At the same time, this reporting, the claim that Assad has been poisoned or that he complained about feeling unwell has no independent confirmation and is therefore unlikely to be credible. Unlikely. So, no independent from what? From Assad or from the source? Did you check the medical personnel? Did you try the doctors? Oh, you don't have a release of information? Confidential information? Okay, you can find it via other ways. You know what I mean? So, and is therefore, because has no independent confirmation, is therefore unlikely to be credible. It doesn't say it's not credible. Unlikely. So is it or is it not? But remember, this is done by Snopes. If they would analyze articles from, I would say, I'm exaggerating, but I think that they all are guilty of this kind of little trick. The credible and independent confirmation, I think these guys would publish squat. A lot of things coming from the so-called, how do you call it, corporate media, legacy media, so-called mainstream media, are based on a source familiar with the issue. When I hear that, for me, it's gone. So is it confirmed by a third party, by independent? What do you call an independent party? The medical personnel? Why don't you try to confirm with that? Was it denied? Again, if it's not confirmed, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So that is, well, tell me, is this report made by Gigi? Well, I can't confirm or deny. Does it mean that the report is not there? I refuse to answer that question. I don't confirm it, but I don't deny it in the same time. So keep looking. Again, they say, therefore, unlikely to be credible. Why do you go to the negative? Why don't you go to the positive? Unlikely to be credible. Why not? Well, I don't know what happened over there. I just reported what the Sun and whomever the other guys were reported. I don't know if he was poisoned or not. My point in that poisoning thing, it was not that, oh my God, he was poisoned, this guy. Nah. It was just, it's gonna come, and who could that be? If that happens. Remember, the Russians are very unprofessional in London and other areas. But these guys, again, unprofessional here? I don't think so. I mean, after all, you deal with CIA and Mossad. These guys are the experts. KGB were just, kindergarten play. They were, how would I call it? They were not kindergarten. I'm exaggerating, obviously. They were primitive. It doesn't mean that they were baboons, but, it's a little bit, these are way ahead of how to do things. They told you about the waterboarding. That's the least method to make you, All right, so, I just want to show you that they try to destroy the credibility of this, whatever, RVS or whatever it is, General because allegedly it's run by a former, allegedly, you can say this about everybody. If you just, not allegedly, it was, what was that, the word they use? Supposedly. Based on the supposedly and that General SVR who made mistakes, this is, let's say, all the news SVR reports. Let's say this much, click, they got it wrong or they lied. That means everything else is not credible. The same with CNN. CNN, from all this, probably they lied, I don't know, maybe like this. That means that should not be credible? Correct. I'm just kidding. All right, my friends, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.